Greetings, dear friend and community members. My name is Dr. Kafai. I am your veterinarian. I hope and I believe some of you at least know me. My practice is in Thornhill, as called Dr. Kafai Veterinary Hospital on Young Street. Been on Young Street for past 15 years, and our actual address is 8178 Young Street, Thornhill, of course, Ontario, the loveliest, maybe one of the loveliest province of Canada. And the postal code is L4J and 1W5. I just want to give the full address. You may ask me, why do you need my postal code? Well, it's better. And now also we know for finding some addresses on internet, some people use postal codes, which is helpful. It's better to have a full description, address. I like to have a kind of, it's just the information should be complete. And I have learned on conversation, try to give information that avoids the further maybe questions, because I mean, just if we have to give the information, then we should help the people doesn't have a further question. If I just say I'm practicing in Toronto and Thornhill, and then you may have a question, which part or which city or street, which area of the Toronto. That's what I gave full address to the people might be interested. Come to us and look at our locations and premises and our services if they are interested. And of course also we have a website, www.GTA Animal Hospital. You can visit us. And we are in Google, we are in internet, we are in social media, we are in YouTube, Instagram, you name it, Facebook, LinkedIn, and many others. If you want to reach us by phone, our phones are 905-882-0078. And second one, 416-801-0078. I want to emphasize them. Once I am telling the phone number, be very careful and slow. We get the messages from the clients on the phone, just say, okay, names, James is calling, my phone number is 416-802, and personally, I have a difficulty understand what was the last 3-4 digit of the phone number. So therefore, I personally love to specifically, if you want to give or leave a message in the phone, and give me my phone number very slowly that the people understand. If they even don't know me, if they don't understand what is the message about, at least they would know, okay, what was the phone number, they can call us and find out what was it about, our call. And we, of course, kind of 24 hours service, veterinary hospital, which we, for the reason I'm emphasizing, because we get the clients almost from all the GTA area and further, just sometime, not some, okay, we have some clients from Newmarket, Aurora, Etobicoke, Scarborough, and other places. The reason I'm saying that because they reach us for our services that we provide in the different days and the times. While I'm just airing or just talking to you at this time is a holiday time, is a Christmas time, is a New Year time, and therefore I would like to just express my greeting to all the friends, families, and clients, and wish all of you happy holiday, happy New Year. And regardless from the culture or country or background or religions you are, and I'm sure many of the cultures, religions, they celebrate this New Year, and some people may have a different calendar years. That's okay, but still, we would like to feel each other, get together, and enjoy the sharing, and enjoy the New Year. And we hope that the New Year brings to all of us peace and health and prosperity in the world, not in just the specific part of the world. We live in Canada. We are so lucky that we live in Canada. Canada is a wonderful country, and sometimes I feel bad. I think, oh, many people, maybe myself, we don't value that the country that we live, or we don't have enough contribution to our country that we live. And this country gives us a lot, gives us the health, democracy, multiculturalism, and also the opportunity for almost everyone, each of us, just feel comfortable and look forward to grow up in many different perspectives and many areas that we like to. It gives us opportunity, and the change or the style of the life, or change the living area, change our profession, that if we are not comfortable or we think we can do in different area of the profession or on the different profession. So this is a wonderful country. We enjoy it. So Happy New Year, happy holiday to all my friends, clients. Of course, we've been working. We are working in all the holidays. We don't have off days. We didn't have a Christmas day in terms of the work. Our hospital was open. We were open all the holidays, Boxing Day, Christmas Day, and New Year, and other holidays. We try to help even other clinics and colleagues that they are away or they are closed. We want to make sure their patients and their clients have access to some services, emergency services they may need. So we trying to take from our time and sacrifice maybe our day off, but make sure that in the community or city, in the area that we live or our practice is, be available for those people or patients that they need the service. We don't want they feel completely ignored or just helpless in terms of the time they need. It is a holiday and also is a winter. We have two different points in here that I would like to emphasize some of the items or the elements that at least to me are important. With the winter, what could happen, of course, is we see that. Hopefully, we won't see many of them in the future, but we see that sometimes the dogs can fall in the pond or the lake or the pool, which is frozen. I shouldn't even, I don't feel even comfortable share some of these stories but for example, I'm just trying to tell that the people be aware that this kind of the things happens. I had the clients, they had a pool, of course, in their backyard, and even pool was covered with some cover, and on the top of the cover was still water collected, and was winter. They had two little dogs. I don't know, somehow two dogs gone to that water and was frozen, and once they brought to the clinic, they were dead. unfortunately, it was so sad. All the family members, we, our staff, everybody was sad about the incidents that happens. Or some cats, or mostly cats, they go outside in summertime, or in falls, or in times that the weathers are good. But they have a habit. They don't realize they can't, or they want to go out in the winter time too. But it's cold, and if your cat, mostly cats, or your dog, it goes out without the supervision, just under your backyard, or anywhere else, make sure they are back. Sometimes you think that they used to go outside and come back. She or he may not come back, or maybe didn't come back. But this is our responsibility. Before we go to the bed, or before we turn all the lights, make sure that our cat or dog is in, because they can get frozen outside. They can have a frostbite on the fingers, toes, and the ears, tails, any places. Or that's the things happens. Or they can, and sometimes they go find the dangerous shelters like the garage and some others that they even sometimes can go find a place under the cars in the engines, which is, we have many times, maybe if you follow the social media like YouTubes and others, you will see incidents that the cats, mostly again cats, they go hide or shelter under the cars or engine, and or behind the, or above the tire. And once the people wants to start their engine and see something is wrong, or accident happens, or cat or kitten has died. So this is the very, very sad situation. So we have responsibility as a good pet owner, that if we have a pet, we want to make sure they are in, they are safe. Okay, that what is very important, and it comes, and is mostly it happens in the winter, in the cold time. Nowadays are very cold. Actually, Toronto is -10. And with the wind chills, almost -20, or sometimes 24, 25. 25 minus is very cold. And the cats or dogs that we have, or we look after as a pet, I believe they are not adopted to live in a cold environment, or as a wild animals are adopted themselves or used, because our cats, dogs, they are indoor, and they are adopted. Their body, their system has been adopted to the indoor system, or the heat, or the environment. So if suddenly they exposed to the severe or marked colds, they may not survive. Or just we have seen they stuck in the pools, in the lakes, and the others. Please make sure that your cat or dog, if it is out and is not supervised, and they are back. And if it is not, to be honest, don't wait till it's going to come back in 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or midnight, or morning. Just look after right away. Just go and inform your neighbors and others. Make sure that you can find your cat, because sometimes people say eventually it's going to come back. Eventually, he or she may not come back. Then I know that the people feel very sad. They put the rewards outside. They just sad. We talked about the sadness of the people that they have sick animals, or they have lost their pets. It affects their routine daily lifestyle. So think about it before something goes wrong. I'm sure that there is a possibility if something goes wrong, you will be affected, and maybe sometimes a lifetime, and would be unforgettable for you, and would makes you feel guilty forever, or for a long time. So make sure that is not going to happen. Of course, accident here, there, once in a while is possible. Exception is possible. But we have to make sure we did our best. We always, of course, promote that have your pet to be microchipped, and not only microchipped, make sure is registered. We have some clients that they even have their microchip. Sorry, they microchip their pet, but unfortunately for some reason they are not registered, and now once the cat is lost, we have a microchip number. We call the company to find if we can track the pet, and they say, oh, it's not registered, which is not good. In some of them, even if it is not registered for some time, they might be, they may lose their validation. I don't know specifically how to the microchip system. If you don't register, or you don't update, it might just not be useful anymore. Or some people change their address or phone number. They forget about them. They should update their pet's microchip, their address or phone number or contact information with the microchip company. This is necessary. It's like licensing your driver license or car. If you just move somewhere, you have to go to the driver license office or and update your address. This is very, very important. The same thing for our pet as well. Please, just be careful, be cautious. And this is just a reminder. I'm sure many people that they have a pet, to be honest, it's not their first pet, not second pet. They have many times, or they had the pets on their lifetime. They know, but sometimes still they forget. Sometimes they think nothing is going to happen. And on the other hand, we have lots of the newcomers that they see that the people have others have the pet, and they get, of course, excited. Their kids, themselves, they want to have a pet too. But again, unfortunately, they just buy the pet, but have no any information. We as a human being, of course, we go buy the TV, we go buy the car, we buy a house, we buy many things that, to be honest, we don't obviously not have all the aspects of the information about that items that we bought it. I had a friend, actually, his client, then became to my friend. He was telling this story that he used to do some financing things, and what he was saying, he said he had a business with a company, and eventually the company was a big company and it's bankrupted, and then they informed all the people that the company owed them money. They can go claim some machinery or just the other tools or the things that belonging that the company had. He was telling, I went there, and the company had a small plane, like $2, $3, or $4 million, I think. The cost was the cost of the plane, and because of the circumstances, even they gave the plane to me for $1.5 million, and I think they were owing me almost $3-4 million, but I had no choice. Take the plane for $1.5 million or whatever, and I took the plane, but I didn't realize that the plane needs the port and needs the maintenance and also needs the taxes and other things. I didn't have those information. I was so excited, and I didn't have a choice. I took the plan without having the side information knowledge. The same thing for the pet. Believe or not, just today I had a client. She called yesterday and told me that they brought a new puppy, and in couple of hours, her son had the heaves on the hand, on the body, and they had to take to the kid or their child to the doctor. And of course, obviously, they suspected the allergy to the pet or the dog. And they came today, we had a long conversation and tried to educate them. And hopefully everything goes well from now on. But my point was to her and the others, just please, before, I have told this many, many times, before bringing or buying a pet, just make sure you have a consultation with the pet, with a doctor, veterinarian, or other people that have a real and scientific knowledge and field responsibility about the ownership of the pet. Just another one, I had the person just about a pet from the Kijiji, and just yesterday and today needs the vaccine and flying to California and is insisting that the pet have a vaccine, and then trying to explain to him that the pet may not look good, or just I don't feel comfortable just to give the vaccine, and he's insisting that looks good, and he wants his pet to be vaccinated because he doesn't want to delay his flight to California. And he's even further telling me if I don't vaccinate, and he's going to go vaccinate his dog somewhere else because he absolutely feels comfortable that nothing is wrong with his pet. And the reason we are saying, when I was coming in here, it was I was listening to the radio that he was talking about the Kijiji. Kijiji is a company that operates. In radio, they were using the different vocabulary that I may not use all of them, but the kind of they was eventually what he was trying to say. The Kijiji hooks the buyer and seller to each other, and does not specifically admits all the responsibility or outcomes that may occur in the future. And another point that they were saying is just almost 60 million buyer or seller that they have a transaction in a month in the Kijiji, and Kijiji may not want or just be easy or possible for the Kijiji company just make sure all the transaction and the finding or selling are legal and free of the problems. So this is our responsibility as a buyer or seller, or the people that use the services like the Kijiji. Make sure that we have a secure, as much as possible, of course, secure deal, that in case something goes wrong, we can find the people to communicate and solve the problem. Kijiji, in my experience, is a company that lots of the good people, they can sell all kind of things, from the house, car, even phone, or small things, but also like every profession or business, they could have some fake transactions too that may cause you problems. So this is why I'm emphasizing this point. I don't want to emphasize, however, it's important about the loss of the money things, but I'm thinking about the buying a pet from the Kijiji is different than the buying the phone or furniture or just anything else, because the pet is alive, and things can change, and it's very important we have all the information, medical information, deworming, and the source of the pet, and the vaccination history, that we act precautionally and make sure that do not make a pet sick and they cause the problem for the pet and for ourselves. So this is a related to the people partially. This KGG issue is because of the holiday. Nowadays we know some people buy pet kitten, puppy as a gift for their family member, for their girlfriends, boyfriends, and others, which is good. We extremely advise just buying instead of the devices that you may get tired or not, or their time to just be kind of the demo or old. And because as we know that the technology that changes very fast, the phone or the watch or anything that we buy now in 6 months or a year might be old and nobody wants to look at it, and therefore we see lots of the electronic devices or in the streets and the sidewalks that even they put for free, or in the KGG they put for free, because the new models and the new devices which has a more sophisticated functions that is available, and if we don't buy them and we don't use them, we feel a kind of the behind the excuse me, behind the society, and we feel just maybe is not a good idea, just not update ourselves about the technology. But the pets, they get aged, they get old, but while they get the old and age, still they give you more love, more dependency, more attachment, more memories. That's all good things that could happen to the people that have a pets. Like in human, once we say that the people are age or old, we say, okay, that's old age is actually, we should appreciate it, because age comes with the experience and with the many things that the maybe younger generation or people, they don't have it yet. So the same thing, getting the pet or the aging the pet is not the bad things. It's just all the sharing the happiness for 10 years, 15 years your pet. So if you are buying in holiday pet, kitten, dogs, cat, or any others from anywhere, just make sure, as I said before, have a consultation if you are not experienced, or mostly if it is your first pet, have a consultation with the veterinarian and other people, so your family members and so on. Good luck and buy it. We recommend strongly. The other point is, I can talk lots about this is the holiday issue, and I mean just the buying the pets, or just the source of the place that you buy the pet. That's very, very important. And other things that I want to bring up, just because again it's a holiday, is of course we all the year work, and we have now holidays, and that's supposed to be family member come together, rest, or have some holidays. They travel, they go away. As we know nowadays, many places, and specifically in Toronto Pearson Airport is one of its busiest day, and some days more than 100,000 people travels, and almost everywhere is busy. So we have a service, a hoteling or boarding service in our facility, and there is many other places that offers the service to the clients. And this is the time, if the holiday, if you want to go away, so we have to have a plan in advance for your pet. So what about your pet? Some of them are small, or anyway, the place that they go travel, they want to, they can take their pet. If they travel, they go to the another city or nearby to the family members, and they drive specifically, or just it is a national rather than international. They can they take their pet, but some of them that's the international, and they need specific paperwork and vaccination and rabies titer check and other things, and of course the cost, and also if they are going to hotel or somewhere, whether it's going to be admitted to hotel and so on. If they live in boarding or hotels, their pet, and they travel without the pet, that's another issue as well. And specifically because I work holidays and days that other clinics are closed, we see many patients, aside our clients, patients from the hotels and other boarding areas, facilities that they board the dogs, cats. One of the main problems that they could happen during this time to the pet, they get homesick, meaning they miss badly, very badly their home, they miss their family members, and they get depressed, they get stressed, and this stress sometimes can cause, of course, they don't eat or eat less. You won't believe that we have a cat, dog that they go to the facilities. If it's noisy, if there's too much stress, they don't eat, they don't drink, and they don't defecate, urinate for 3-4 days. That eventually those facilities calls me, that we go and we try to help them, and sometimes rehydrate, and if need laxatives and some vitamin injection and others, just make sure that their system function, because if it prolongs that not eating, drinking, and urinating, can damage their kidney, liver, and other organs. Some of those things may not be even irreversible. That could cause the animal's life or cause unhappiness for the boarding area, hotels, facility, and of course also owner. Excuse me. So for those reasons, I strongly recommend, please make a plan in advance. Of course, take those places that if you have a family members, friends, that they can look after your pet while you are not here. That's the good choice, but make sure it's not forced, but is mutually understandable and accepted, because some people, if they don't have experience with the pet, and they admit the responsibility that, okay, you can go away or just your vacation, and I will look after, if he is not experienced, and could face many problems or challenges. This is a point that some people may not understand, that I see this one many times. And pets, dogs, cats, interaction with each person or people is different, and the owner and also receiver should expect that the cats or dogs action or interaction is not going to be the same as with his or her owner. Absolutely, it's going to be different. In many cases they are good, but in some cases maybe they not come to you, or just not socialize to you, or just if it's a cat could hiss, or if it's a dog may bite, and of course they get stressed, and this caused the problem. They don't eat, as I said, they don't drink, they stress. One of the major cause of the getting the diarrhea in the hotels and boarding facilities, stress. Basically, we try to help them treat their symptoms back, but actually is not the treatment of the main reason. To me is the stress, and the main treatment for the stress is move the dog or cat to their home or some places that has less stress. And even in this holiday times, we had many people from the other places, that hotels and boarding area, that they shifted the pets to us because everybody had some different issue, and we had a few people that they had to shortcut their vacation and come back and make sure their pet are okay. So they basically can say didn't enjoy their personal time or family time and vacation, and they came back. And it's very, very important to the owners and also that places that they care from the pets, even its friends or the facility, hotel, or wherever that they plan to look after some others pet. They should be honest to each other, meaning that the pet owner should inform all issues or problems that their pet if has. Like they call me, I go just check the pets, that I find the dog has a heart murmur, which is meaning has a heart disease. And while I am asking, did you know that this dog has? He said, no, we didn't know that, and owner didn't inform us. Maybe owner didn't know too, but this is very dangerous condition, because if a cat or a dog has a heart disease and you put in some hotel or boarding area for a few days, as I said, main factor as a stress can elevate and increase the risk of the heart disease and can cause the major problem. So therefore the people, when they are leaving the dogs to the friend and other facility for boarding, staying with them for a few days, honestly they have to tell them if their dog has any health issue, and openly. Then therefore the people or the caregiver that understand and can be cautious. Obviously, and sometimes we know they don't say truth or everything, because they say, okay, if I tell my cat or dog has some issue, and they may not accept, and then what I'm going to do? They try to make it basic, simple, and hope nothing is going to happen. But unfortunately, things could happen. So also, once they leave their pet, there is in a hotel, as I said, in a holiday time, they discuss whether it's going to be in the cage by itself, or it's going to interact or play with the other dog. They both has their own issue. If it is all time is in the cage, of course it's going to be unhappy or stressed. That's the bad things. And if he wants to play with the other dogs in the and there's a possibility they bully each other, they bite each other, they don't like each other, and so on. Please just pay attention. And this holiday time, not necessarily just, and for those people that they are home and they have their pet, is holiday time. They are busy. Lots of the friends visit them, and they want to enjoy their time. Sometimes they could ignore their pet, and the pets, again, because of the anxiety, pets understand. By the way, pets understand all the things that the behavior that we do during the time that they are around us. They know that we care about them. They want to. We are ignoring them. They want to. We are happy. We are not happy. They are happy. So they can sometimes go to the crazy things, to play with the toys or just all the Christmas or New Year arrangements, and choose the Cables can cause the fires. They can burn themselves. They can burn houses. They can cause many, many problems. Or if it is specifically is the kitten or the puppy or young age, they are prone to play with the threads and the other toys, and of course, accidentally or unintentional, they can swallow and cause the complication, impaction, obstruction, and foreign body obstruction, which is may require, if you are even on time, notice it and go to the surgery. Is costly and risky and could be complicated, and we lose our money and the pet as well. This is very, very important. Imagine if you are not going to vacation during your holiday time, and maybe you are short of money or you want to save the money, and now your pet has some health issue. Now you have to spend the thousands of dollars, and if you are lucky and don't lose your pet, and make sure everything is back to normal. So I strongly recommend to those people that maybe they have a regular life or they are not rich, buy the insurance. The people sometimes tells me, oh, we are not rich enough to buy the insurance. I say the totally reverse. If you are not rich, then that's the insurance, to be honest, sometimes are for people which are not rich. Rich people, of course, has access to money or other sources. If they need, they can use for the, if those people doesn't have a money, then better have a backup plan as an insurance, that in case of the need, they can use it. And also, just once in the holiday time, once the people goes to each other house, if they have a pet, and of course the holiday time is a tradition. They have they serve lots of the foods, lots of the good foods, smelly foods, cookies, and sometimes by accident their pet, they can have a foods or table foods or bones which they're not used to it or not supposed to have, or sometimes the family members or guests, each of them give the piece of the chickens, piece of the other stuff their pet may not be used to it, and cause the right away or just the immediate reaction in the system that we call the pancreatitis, and just their pancreas get inflamed and cause the acid reflux, and they vomit, they get the diarrhea, they get sick, and immediately needs to be hospitalized, and the hospital, which usually nobody is, of course, happy. The pets are not happy, we are not happy, and of course the owners are not happy, and it could be costly process, or just they accidentally, unintentionally, or because the owners are not experienced, they give the bone, they give the chicken, turkeys, and others, they give the bone to the pets. Again, we, based on the experience that is we having in the practice, as a general, all of the veterinarian, we don't recommend feed them table food, and also specifically bones, specifically chicken bones cut, break down in the different way, and sharp way can scratch, and they cut their GI tract and poke their GI tract and cause the infection, obstruction, and bleeding, and other things that they're all emergency cases. And some cases, to be honest, even you take to the vet, maybe a diagnosis is not simple, and even if it is you're diagnosed with obstruction, specifically like bone obstruction in the chest area, if you go to the regular clinic and they do the x-ray, sometimes even just not easy right away just to diagnose. Even if they diagnose the obstruction in the chest or bone stuck in the chest area, and almost for them not to be able to do any procedure, and has to be referred to the referral hospitals, college, and VEC, and refer to the specialist. That could be again costly and dangerous. So please, once you are home, you have a pet, and you have a holiday, you have a guest, you're gathering, make sure have a good plan for your pet and a good instruction, and make sure try to don't change his or her routine in terms of the exercise, in terms of the eating habit, and others, not ignore too much, not spoil too much, and make plan and make sure that you pass this holiday time with happiness and with no any unwanted accidents, incidents. This is some just general points that I can give. There is many other examples. I'm sure the other colleagues, friends, they are having the educational programs like this one, and we try to reach to our clients, people, and make sure helpful and avoid the complication. And also nowadays the knowledge is available everywhere, in internet and community centers and libraries, and it is just the only thing that we have to do, look for it and go after the information, knowledge. I'm sure you can find it. It is important that the holiday time, again, just maybe better you, it would be better you spend some more time your pet, because during the working times you may not be at home for long times or the long hours. Now you have you are home. That's the time. Spend more time with your pets and make sure he and she is happy and enjoys being with you. And also, I'm sure is going to have a very, very positive impact on you and your mental situation, on your family, and also you are going to absolutely enjoy it, and you are going to feel happy. You are going to be happy. This is what pets give us, happiness, and this is what we should expect from the pet, happiness, because we are not expecting any financial or the other things from our pet. Just we want to they be happy, and we be happy and enjoy the being together. Enjoy the being together. For that reason, we have to have a plan. We have to have information, educated knowledge. I am personally more than happy. Just give everything, anything as information that I have and share with you. That's my legacy. That's my goal. That's my plan. That's why I enjoy. I enjoy this communication, conversation, and giving and sharing more than making money, more than other things. I'm sure many or all my colleagues, veterinarian, and also staff, technician, assistants, volunteers, that they work with us, they are strive, they enjoy the sharing the information with the clients, with the people. And we talk about many things. I should specifically have a program about the assistant and the technician, managers that we have in hospital, how they are positive people, they love animals, they have a passion, they look, they see their future interacting, working with the animals. And many times I have seen, and the people or friends that they are like-minded, and they say, okay, how we don't know how we would live if we wouldn't have pet, cat, dogs, others around ourselves. So we, as a professional, with all the assistants, managers, technician, friends, and of course, obviously, with the clients, we enjoy. We get the benefits from having the pet, and again, that's the purpose of this program. We have opportunity to share the information, and we want to give this promise opportunity to our clients, people that feel comfortable and free to reach us if they have any questions. And we want to try to basically leave no barrier between us and clients. And this is what we have whatever we have is belongs to our clients. Whatever I have is belongs to my patients. So I would benefit, enjoy once the patient's clients use my information. Otherwise, there is no point for us. So I hope, I'm sure that you know most of these things. This is just a reminder, communication, conversation. I again wish you all happy holiday, and enjoy your holiday, because this does not happen often. This is just once in a year or twice a year. And we see you in a new year with the new goals and the new plans. We are going to advance progress in all backs, the plans that we have. I wish you again happy holiday and good day, and seeing you again. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.